All right, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin.
I'm Tarsha.
This is Conversations with the Crawleys. We do conversations about faith, family, relationships, and we do recaps and reviews of the latest secrets that people are keeping on Never Ever Met. So if this is content that you enjoy, you know what to do by now. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, request notifications,
and share.
And we'll see you in the comments. Yeah, we're going to talk about this because this episode here, we thought first episode was a little crazy. That don't even take into account what's happening in these internet streets. All right. Yeah, we ain't gonna touch that. We ain't getting sued. All right. So let's pick up with the cliffhanger.
Yes.
Charlie and Jared. Mm-hmm. All right. So y'all remember she had to express some milk and was like, oh, I need to tell him. She wakes him up out of his sleep on the couch. And yes, he be sleeping on that couch. That's where he sleep. They sit at the patio table, whatever, out at the picnic table, whatever. And she's like, I remember I told you I had a kid. Well, I actually got another one that was just born a month ago. And by the way, I have two more. He's like, so now we pick up with that, right?
Yes.
He's like, oh, really? Well, that's something I've been holding from you too. I also got a kid from 6 months ago.
It's 6 months old. It's 6 months old.
So in my mind, y'all know I think in music sometime. All I heard was, and I'm going to remix it, was Atlantic Star, Secret Children.
Secret Children.
That's what we got. Secret kids all around. All right. So she starts crying.
Sort of. She's like, oh. And then he go, hold on. You got how many kids? That's a lot. I don't know. That seemed like a lot. Your 4, my 2. That's 6 kids. I don't know if I could take that on. Y'all, this is my PSA announcement.
Give your PSA, baby. Give your PSA.
Wrap it up. Whatever contracts. If y'all gonna do what y'all do, please, guys, if these are unplanned, please, y'all. Because if you can't announce that you having kids and you hiding it from the supposed people that you're supposed to be in love with.
That's the part that still is getting me.
They're best friends, but they can't share things. If you wanted something bad, why couldn't you get up the money to go to her? Like, I'm confused.
Their schedules never synced.
Well, somebody's schedule synced up.
Oh, they both synced up a schedule.
I just don't understand. I'm like, dude, something that's not planned. And now you're shocked by, oh, if I really want to be with this one, now we got 6.
Bro, man thought, she got.
First, he was like, all right, yeah.
She got 1. He has 2.
So she'll have 2.
Well, right. But what I'm saying, when he comes into this thinking, well, she already has the 12-year-old. I'm assuming that he already had the one.
Yes.
She knew about that one, right?
Yes.
So he comes in assuming, all right, if she can get over the fact that I have another one, that'll be 3, 2 from me, 1 from her. Cool.
Then we'll be good.
Then probably in the midst of her telling her secret to him, he's like, okay, 1 more. Cool. Okay. So now we 2 each. Okay. We got 4. And then she dropped, oh, by the way, there's 2 more that is already, halfway to college anyway.
He said halfway to college. He said halfway to college. Oh, they get in elementary school good. I'm like, that's
which is a
wild.
Problem to me.
Yes.
Listen, no relationship really survives well on secrets, period.
It doesn't.
Secrets of this magnitude, again, hiding kids is wild to me. That's just wild.
Especially in today where people, okay, when you're still dating and you're in your late 20s to 30s, I'm expecting for you to have a couple of kids, okay? It just comes with the territory.
I get it, yeah.
But when you're deciding to hide them, it doesn't make sense to me. And why would you want to hide them and for someone to get in a relationship with you based only on the information you provided? If they wanted to do different, because you had 3 kids, then let them do something different. My kids
Knowing
come with
that.
me. Right, knowing that.
But here's the other thing that just hit me. That's why I was like, it just hit me. It was just like, wow. What kind of social media are they not doing if you don't, because
that means you're not showing any pictures of these children.
you're not doing it, because I mean,
right, that's
granted,
true.
I'm not the greatest social media person, right?
Yeah, I'm not like trying to take every time we go
But
somewhere.
you see my kids, even when they were younger, there's a picture of my daughter that pops up every now and then. There's a picture of my son
during
pops up.
birthdays and stuff like that. And didn't they say they met on Facebook because they had mutual friends but never knew each other?
Yep.
So all those photos, you didn't see 3 kids and thought they belonged to her. She never grabbed the child and had a child in his hand and a child beside her.
That's okay. Enough with them.
But
yes.
Okay, but hold on. We did talk about this too. Like we talk about the ages of the other children compared to where they met.
Uh-huh.
So if they say they were together for 4.5 years, and we do the math, and the oldest is what?
12.
No, the other 2 she just surprised them was 5.
7 and 5.
So one of them had to been
2.5.
2.5, and the other one had to be a newborn.
6 months, right? If we're sticking with 5 exactly and 4.5 years, that 5-year-old was 6 months. You plotting when your child is 6 months on hiding the child?
That's hard for me.
All right. So anyway, needless to say, they are both okay because they both got secrets. Okay. Now, because we're going to deal with this, each couple, the big thing.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. The big thing between, as far as like the big group activity, just so you all know, Toronto pulls them all together. They have a group activity where they do body painting. So that will come to play too. So we'll kind of talk through again each couple. So finishing up with Charlie and Jared.
Okay. That's
all right.
Yeah.
Something that came out during the body painting portion, because the whole idea of the body painting was for each of them to develop intimacy or share intimacy, what have you, but consensually, right?
Right.
In other words, can I touch you?
Yeah.
Right? Can I paint here? What have you? Right? She already got his name tattooed on her.
Yeah, she mentioned that.
We've been married
It'd be 29 years in May.
29 years in a couple months, in a couple weeks. Her name is nowhere on my body. And my name is nowhere on her body. So you mean to tell me, hold on, let's think this through now. She been talking to this dude for 4.5 years, hiding kids from him, and says, I need a new tattoo. Let me go to the tattoo artist, spend, because most tattoos are not, $20 unless you get like a little small one, right?
Yeah.
Get his name in script and block, however she do it. I'm going to sit in a chair for somebody I've only talked to online and who I'm hiding kids from. Not magic marker. Tattoo? That's crazy. That's crazy work, y'all. All right. So, yeah, she got had his name tattooed on her. I can't even get you to get just a queen. We get matching king and queen tattoos on our ring finger.
You missed it. I said for your birthday we could have done it, but you didn't.
All right. Well, we can find a tattoo shop to do that. All right. But this is 29 years in. That's 4.5 years in lying.
4.5 years in line.
Okay. I digress.
Digress.
So they do their whole thing as far as the body painting. They're nothing major. It was symbolism, da-da-da. They then, at the dinner with everybody, they were like, oh, by the way, we're going to tell everybody the secret.
And he wasn't like really keen and feeling like that was necessary. But she's not. What is not, but she's hiding breastfeeding from everybody. It wasn't, she was just hiding from him. She hiding everybody. Like, as a woman, okay, if I just met you and we all know that we're finally meeting, our partners, why are you hiding from me that breast milk? I'm assuming you've had conversations with him and he knows that you have kids. Maybe he shipped,
maybe he shipped, his seed to you and that's how you got pregnant. I don't know.
Right. So when they met with her originally, I wouldn't think they would think anything of her nursing. She's like, oh, you got a kid? I guess unless she just want to make sure they didn't say congratulations to him, thinking it was his.
True.
And so she had to hide it all the way through. I mean, just to have to
That
think about all
would have been
that.
wild. That would have been
Just
crazy.
to think about all that, like, say she didn't think about it, and then he finally came and was like, oh, I'm so excited about your kids. Like, what are you talking about?
What kid?
Well, she nursing. Don't you know?
Wait, no. I'm sorry, but how you know about my kid? I ain't even told her yet.
Oh, yeah. Because that's right. Because he got a secret. But I feel like, come on, one of them soap operas. I'm watching a soap opera.
Mari got canceled way too soon.
Oh, this would have been perfect for Maury.
This would have been a straight up Mari, super
yes.
special episode.
That's all they need. Like, have them come up with DNA envelopes at the mansion.
Okay. So, needless to say, they tell each other, they tell everybody, everybody's like, okay. And then afterwards, everybody's like, did you hear that, man? Did you hear? Wait,
She got 2 kids. Hold on, she ain't talking about the 2
They got
The
6.
same expressions that we are expressing right now.
They had
The same thing. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And they're talking like, do you got any secrets? Since everybody giving secrets.
We might as well get them all out now.
Okay, let me help y'all again. If you get in a group of friends and your friends decides to divulge secrets where everyone's around, that's a really good time to pull whoever you have to the side or by the night saying, you know about so-and-so secret?
We got to talk.
We got to talk. Get it out while they all surprised about other people's secrets.
And we talking about you, Clavasia. Clavasia.
They call me Clay.
All right, we'll come to him.
Mama call him Clay.
All right, so other couple, Alicia and Irvin.
Yes.
Right? So they are laying in bed together when we first kind of see them.
Yeah.
They're laying in bed together, but she's kind of making it clear she's not wanting to get physical yet.
Right.
He's like, I can respect that. We find out, and you kind of, got this,
Alluded
right?
to, yeah.
She found out she was diagnosed with a autoimmune disorder. I have it as dermatomyositis, something like that. I may be butchering it, right? But with that, she lost a lot of weight. She worked to get healthy, but she also realized what were some things that she could and could not eat that were helpful to reducing inflammation and all those things. Perfect.
That's beautiful.
Right? So she does, because of that, there's still, it seems to me, some insecurities in there,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Which is
It
which is why we were saying it seemed like something else was going on with her not wanting to be touched by him, right? So cool, get it. But he does make a statement. He says he feels like he likes her more than she likes him,
And I think that's his insecurity
I can get that.
because I don't know, y'all guys, boy, y'all be like, if you ain't all the way into me, then it gotta be something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. There's something wrong. It seems like every time I've seen men, even I'm gonna call him Clay because I don't know if I'm gonna get his name right. Because like
I'm gonna call him Clay.
So when he didn't get the kiss, I think I might be into her more than it's like really overthinking instead of just giving it time.
I think part of it is, especially because of how men, I'll say this, how I think most men will respond. If we've already connected on a level, long distance, for us, because we've already made that connection mentally, the next step is showing that in some way, shape, or form,
Gotcha.
right? And so I understand from a lady's perspective, we might have connected there mentally, but I need to now see how much of that was real. So that's why she may hold back the physicality.
Right.
So I get that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that the brothers are looking like day one, let's jump into it like Cinco and Jay.
No.
I'm not saying that.
No, I think I think he's trying to be respectful.
Yes.
But again, he's looking in from his perspective and not truly taking her perspective. Like, yeah, she's like, I'm feeling you. Why can't you feel that I'm feeling you just because I'm not feeling
We're still talking
you?
about Alicia and Irvin, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but now there's something that I do think may give him reason to say that, right? Because now during the painting, they're fine. She's still a little uncomfortable in her own body, right? He paints wings on her because he's like, I see,
her
you're
strength.
my angel
you're my
coming to me.
I was like, oh, that's really sweet.
He was about to share regarding her condition.
Yeah.
And she's like, He was like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So kudos to him for having
Yes.
enough intelligence to say, okay.
Yeah.
But now, then what happens is that during the meal, the assignment is that each of the couples is supposed to take a night or time cooking for everybody else. Cool. what's his name? Brittany and Ty are cooking. That's their assignment. And so Alicia comes and is basically saying, hey, I can't really do a lot of butter. Can you all do this? Can you do that? Make a small portion. And then she's like, I'll even do it myself. And Ty's like, nah, you're going to take what we give you. You're going to eat this butter and like it too.
Yeah. I'm like, and again, I can, because I'm looking right on the outside in, I can see both perspective. Now that's a time, if you're not going to share what's going on with you health-wise, or say, hey, I really got some health issues, where you need to explain, because when you just go in and say, I need you to do this and I need you to do that, that could come off.
It comes off as picky eater.
Yes.
Right? But if she had addressed it, and we don't know fully.
Right.
Just the way it was presented to us.
Right.
If she had I believe if she had said, I have some strict dietary needs and restrictions.
Yeah.
That these are the things that I can and cannot eat.
And if y'all guys,
and if you're willing to do that, perfect. But if not,
I can just
I'll
set
go
some
ahead
aside
and set it for myself. I'll hook it up myself. But he was like, no, get out the kitchen. We got this.
Right.
So I get from her perspective not wanting to share.
Oh yeah,
now,
because it's a personal business.
What you said something that when we were talking about is that if she had, and part of it is trust, right? If she had said with the ladies, this is what I'm dealing with or what have you, then at that point, Brittany could have been her advocate and said to Ty, hey, no, let's do this for her. But because she kept it secret to herself, cool, get that. I'm not saying she had to share. But there was a way to present what she had or what she needed in a way that I think would have been received better. But also Ty has to kind of take some blame as well, because he was a little like,
Well, and right, his overall thought was like, oh, I really want to cook for them. I want them to enjoy the meal.
Like he's Chef Boyardee.
And that's what I was trying to figure out. Is he a chef? Like, do you do this for a living? Because typically people who do that for a living, they're more like apt to be like, I got this.
Right.
Don't worry about it. I'll
if the
take care of
assignment
it.
was smoking some ribs or some brisket, I would take offense at you telling me what kind of seasoning to put on it. I'm going to say that, right? Am I right?
Right.
If you telling me don't do that type of seasoning,
right, don't do this, don't do that. Lane. Right.
That would have been me.
Right. But I felt like, whoa, you didn't even kind of, like, he kind of like, do you got something going on? But nah, don't worry about it. We got this. So I was like, if I was Brittany, I'd be a little taken back. Like, you coming off a really, really strong.
Yes.
And you're getting a little hype on it. So we might need to like tone it down. And, but yeah, I think they both should have blamed him, in my opinion.
So Alicia then goes to talk to Irvin about it, and he's like, I hear you, but then in the moment with the producer, he's like, I see how she could have probably come a little aggressive with it.
Well, and also you did tell her, he's like, well, your tone can tend to be a little bossy as well, and they're in there trying to cook for what? Does it be 12 people?
Yeah, something like that.
So I was like, and they want to get it done because it sounded like people kept coming in and out. Like, when is everything going to be done? Yes, because
we saw them, Mama, when did it be ready?
Right.
So then we find her doing, well, we don't see her, but basically what Irvin tells us is that she's doing yoga with Brandon, who is Kiki's person, right?
Correct.
And he's a little put off because he had asked her about doing it the day before. And she put him off about it, right? So he's kind of like, what that about? Because again, this is a part that I'm completely in agreement with him. Because why are you doing yoga with another person in the house?
With another man.
With another man in the house,
Be
right?
Specific. I think that heightens it.
If it was her doing it with Brittany, he wouldn't. He might have been like, hey, I wanted to share that with you. You just met her. He may not have been as off-put as another man, right? So basically, he kind of is trying to talk to her about it, and he comes to her and says, "You know what, baby girl, I ain't really feeling you right now."
Yeah. Now, again, I feel like
presentation's everything.
It is, because he's trying to communicate. But I think he could have done a better job communicating. And I know even men, it could be hard for them to communicate like, hey, if he started with, and it's just how women can take it, hey, that kind of hurt my feelings. You told me that there wasn't going to be any yoga. And then I hear you with another male in there doing yoga. right?
Getting into downward dog position
right. And so I would have said, help me understand.
Make it make sense.
Why you were able to do it with him. And when I asked you, you said that your body has to be wanting to do it or whatever, however you put it. And we didn't do it because I'm trying to get to know you.
Right.
And you said this is a thing. And now I don't feel like you like me as much as I like you. Because it still goes back to feeling like I'm not being received as much as I'm putting my all in this.
I'm putting more effort into it than you are.
Yes. And then giving her the moment to be able to hear,
yes.
Because
he says that she has a way, and I see this, she has a way of flipping things away from her and not taking accountability. So she's like, yeah, in fact, I'm going to do it right now. I don't feel safe with your demeanor. He's like, cool. Exit stage left. So he's like, look, I'm not even going to put myself in a position. You told me you don't feel safe with my demeanor. So let me exit so I can make you feel safe because I'm still caring about you. I'm still wanting to make sure you're good. You feel unsafe. Let me walk away. No, come back.
You don't use that word.
You don't feel safe.
If you don't feel safe and he's a decent guy, if he's saying I'm an upstanding guy, and when you use that word, it's putting that it's like it's a threat.
For most guys, that is a red flag.
It's a threat.
It's a threat, right?
Which could get a black man in trouble.
You don't feel safe? I want to do everything I can to make sure you understand that you are safe with me. And if that means my presence is no longer required or no longer needing to be here, cool. Yeah. My presence will make you, my lack of presence will make your safety go back up.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it with them.
Yeah.
Right?
That's unfortunate.
That's enough, right?
Yeah, that's a lot. I think that's
some stuff to work through.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on, Brittany with Ty. So we talked about Ty a little bit as far as the whole food thing, right?
Yeah.
Brittany does mention that she feels uncomfortable in her bathing suit in front of Ty, right?
Right.
Or just in general, right?
Right.
Because now her bathing suit, she was like, it
was well, let me put it this, I'll say it. Because if you feel uncomfortable, which I get it, most women would, then typically I've seen women have a full bathing suit. And a cover up. Because they said, get in your bathing suit. So even if she started with the cover up and everything, because there were some women that had cover ups that were out there as well, but she didn't. So it's like, you said her, I get maybe initially she was uncomfortable with him first seeing her. But at the end of the day, you were out there, girl. So
and they did the challenge fine. Nothing major with them.
No, nothing major. He kept his eyes open.
Yes.
Because he wanted to see.
He's like, I like to watch.
I like to watch. Okay.
Go, bro.
Hey,
go.
Y'all do y'all thing. I always love activities where, again, they have an opportunity to be intimate without going into full blown sex.
Yes.
And it's a way to ease into it.
Yes.
So he got to see what I was seeing.
Yes. Kiki and Brandon.
Yes.
They're nothing major as far as them, if I remember. She was concerned with the intimacy exercise as well.
Right.
Right.
But she was like, oh, this would kind of help me to
feel comfortable,
feel more comfortable and confident with the touching, And he said something, I was like, okay, like talking about feeling like he could be submissive.
Yes.
I don't know. What does that mean? Do you feel like, I get it, men would feel like, oh, I always got to be dominant. And sometimes you want to be, I guess he wants to be able to be open and vulnerable.
Yes.
Okay. That's a good way to put it.
So
okay.
yes. So nothing major with them.
Yeah.
This episode,
yeah.
Things are going well with them.
Seem like everything's going right.
We'll come to them later. Joy and Cinco. What's up, Maywood girl? Thanks for Joy. Thanks for popping into the comments. Hopefully we can get an interview as things kind of get to the nearer end of this. But her painting on him was very symbolic. She painted like trees and stuff.
Yeah.
You know.
And so again, they're comfortable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're comfortable.
Because we find out when Taronda pulls them all together, she's like, you know, y'all only got so many towels to use. So if y'all need some extra towels, we got the boom boom room for y'all to go. And it was like, oh, that's what all them towels is for? Yeah, so if you see extra towels lying around, use caution with picking them up. You don't know who or what. So
they're already comfortable with each other.
They are good with each other right now.
Right. And so I think for them, it was just another activity for them just to, again, connecting.
Yes.
Sharing how they are on the same page, because that's what Cinco was. He's like, oh, she's on the page. I'm feeling her.
Yes.
So their conversations have been going well, and it's translating into the activities.
Because he even got points for including her son and body painting on her. So they seem to be in a good space.
At
least so far.
Right.
Clavasia and Tatiana.
Yes.
Painting, he was good with the painting.
Yeah.
She was good with the painting.
I didn't see anything that was just coming off, you know. Again, they're enjoying each other's company. They're enjoying the activity. In
fact, they're the first ones that we see. They're like, oh, boom boom room's open? Let's go.
Yeah, afterwards. They decided.
Afterwards, right.
Yeah, she's like, and again, she communicated. Hey, let me tell you why we're in the boom boom room.
Ain't nothing going on.
And what's going to happen in the boom boom room.
But the rent.
So I do want to cuddle. Mm-hmm. Hey, we can massage each other since now we done touched everywhere. We can massage each other. But what ain't going to happen? We ain't having no sex.
Because we ain't going to have no kids. Oh, wait, Clavasia, what? What's the secret we hear?
Because she asked, right?
She did ask.
So this is how we do, right? We massaging. So, ooh, wasn't that interesting? Ooh, that's none of our business. But if something like that would happen to us, how soon would you wait to tell the secret? When the right time. See, when someone tells me, oh, that's never going to happen, I'm more secure. But when you say the right time, I'll be like, well, when is the right time? Because if you got something right now, it's the right
time right now.
Right now would be the right time.
In fact, yep, now's the right time. Now's the right time too.
Tell me now.
It's still the right time.
Tell me now. Tell me now.
Tell me what your kid's name is. Tell me who their mama is.
I'm like, because he goes to the side and says his secret is that he got a baby. And I'm like,
again,
I got
secret children.
I had to walk around. I was like,
she literally did. We were watching in our bedroom. She literally got up off the bed.
I was like, are you kidding me?
Walked out into the hallway for a moment, walked back in.
I was like, Ninja.
Stood and looked at the TV, walked back out, and then finally sat down. Literally.
I was like, Ninja, why are you hiding this secret? Because they only been dating 8 months online.
Something like that, yeah.
5 or 8 months.
Yeah, 8 months.
8 months.
He from Atlanta, that's why.
You could have told, like, listen, hey, we're talking. I'm really enjoying your company. I'm really liking you. I want this to continue. But I just found out I'm going to be having a child.
Well, he has a newborn, right?
That's what I'm saying.
So the question is, now, here's where I would say the question is.
The
math, at least on this one, depending upon how newborn are we talking.
I thought he said like a couple months.
Okay. So the person that he had the child with preceded even this relationship then.
That's what I'm saying.
Which is why it's like you still could have been like.
That's what I'm saying.
6 months in, you could have
said, someone just told me I got them pregnant and they just informed me and the baby is due. But I'm saying I'm not with them anymore. I like you. I want to continue the relationship. Are you good with that?
The things that could have been said.
Because if she wanted to hang up on you
7.5 months ago
and cuss you out online, that's better than seeing me in person.
And getting cussed out on national TV.
Thank you.
And becoming a meme.
Thank you.
So
to me, it's not a big blow, right? Because I'm not in front of you. I have the camera.
And again, there's nothing that, if we're honest, if we're talking about the first. When you find out, let's say the first month and a half, there's really not that much invested. Right?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
to me, that's the perfect time. Because what you're telling me is that you rather lead me on to the point where I don't fall in love with you, then I can't stop stop being in love with you, and now I have to accept your secrets because you done string me on to the point where I'm now emotionally invested in you before you to tell me? Oh, heck no. Love, no love. Deuces.
So I also found out this is not a Will Packer produced.
Oh, okay.
This is Boone and Murray, which also does like the Real World. They do like the Real World and all those type of shows, right?
Okay.
So yeah.
Makes sense. So yeah, I was. It's disappointing to see that you're dating online because people are looking for love and you feel like you find something and you just can't be honest about where you are.
Looking for love in all the wrong places. Looking for love.
It's disheartening.
So, speaking of looking for love in all the wrong places, let's talk about Alexis and Chris. So, and thank you for the person that in the comments agreed with me. It took her a long time to get down that beach.
Slow motion with it. Slow motion.
Slow motion with it. So, yes. So, at the finger painting thing, again, just refresh, the whole idea, the whole point of the lesson was gaining intimacy through consent.
Yes.
Right?
Getting permission.
Not just doing what you want to with the person, right?
Yeah.
But gaining permission. Alexis wasn't trying to get permission. She just did whatever she wanted to do.
Yeah.
And he even pointed out, like, you ain't asked to do that.
Right.
Why are you doing that?
Right.
Right?
Right.
And she says, these are her words. She was, when, as far as where she put her hands, because she put her hands on some very intimate places on him.
Yes.
Like making sure her paint hand was covered.
Yes.
She said she was showing ownership.
That's beyond a red flag. I'm like, I'm not doing this. You don't own me. I've been like, all right, I'm good. I done seen more than enough that I need to see. Because what if that was reversed and this was a man saying this to a woman?
Yes.
What if this was a man doing this and not asking permission and feeling uncomfortable? I wonder if somebody would have stepped in, a producer would step in, because he's acknowledging it and communicating that. So it can't be funny when this is happening to a man, and it's not funny when it's happening to a woman.
Exactly.
Because he's telling her, whoa, like, hold on, you need to stop, chill,
But then watch this. On the other side, when he's painting her, she's telling him, do this, do that, da-da-da, right? Which she gives off, it comes off almost mother-son in the way that she kind of communicates to him and talks to him. She almost talks down to him like a child as opposed to an equal or a potential partner, right? So he paints on her a stop sign. Now, first of all, bro man's like, I didn't know how many sides was on a stop sign, so I just wrote stop and drew a bunch of sides. It's an octagon, bro. 8. Or even if you just did a circle, I'd have been cool with that, but okay.
Yeah, and he talks about...
before that, because remember, they're sitting on the couch.
Oh, yes.
They're sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
And she's upset that he wasn't slow and sensual with her.
Well, and the thing is that she's not sharing that with him. She's sharing it with Jared and, what's the young lady's name? Charlie.
Yes.
So remember, she's on the couch with Charlie, and then Jared's across from them.
That's right.
She's not even sharing it with Chris.
Correct.
And so then Chris rocks in, and over here is like, what's going on?
Right. That's right.
And that's how their conversation starts. So to me, I wouldn't have brought it up with another couple before I'm talking to Chris first, right?
But mama talking to the other aunties and uncles would do that when son's not in the room.
Yeah.
So, and he's like, but you didn't ask permission.
Right.
He's like, it wasn't, when you did that, it wasn't doing anything for me.
Right.
Because it was not what we were supposed to do.
Exactly.
And I felt uncomfortable and out of place.
Right.
Now, notice when I did, well, you didn't do it slow and sensual enough. Well, by that time, I was out the mood.
Well, he said he didn't hear her, is what he said, right?
Because he probably was having in his thoughts racing, is mama going to be pleased with how I do this?
I don't know if he was saying mama, but I understand that at this point, yes, I wouldn't be really into it. Now, was he being honest that he was saying that it was fine? I don't think so. I don't think it was fine, but he just didn't know how to communicate that.
Yes.
Okay, I would say that.
Yes.
And then he starts. We want to talk about what he said, or we want
to? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So then, when he's out with Jared later, he talks to Jared. He was like, I have childhood trauma. Of my mom had several men come in. Was married several times. He said stepdads,
right?
And then he finally went to go live with his dad,
and his dad was controlling.
And his dad was controlling as well. So, and as I was saying, typically in that cases, even though it's dysfunction in our adulthood, people still tend to find people who are controlling because they're comfortable, because that's how they were raised. Even though it's dysfunction, in dysfunction, we still find comfort if that's what we have for years. So I get why Christopher has gone back to her when he found someone that was equal to him, right? If we want to talk about him being already in love and that he connected with someone, it didn't work out. So now he's with someone. Are they 10 years difference in age?
They're about 10 years.
With someone 10 years older than him, and that's controlling. He needs to get some type of, this is only in my opinion, I am not a doctor, but it sounds like he would be due for some type of counseling for him to realize what he's attracted to is out of dysfunction and not him being functional.
Because we've said this before, even in other spaces, we've said that dysfunction feels normal until you figure out what normal really feels like.
Right.
I bring up the example, right? In some neighborhoods, people park their cars on the lawn, right? Now, in neighborhoods I grew up in, that's not normal. But if that's all you knew and that's all you saw, that feels very normal.
Right.
Until you get into another area and it's like, why are there no cars on the grass? Because that ain't normal, y'all.
Right.
So when you were talking about relationship, if all you've known is the trauma of controlling and people in and out and being told what to do all the time and da-da-da, if that's all you know, anything else feels abnormal.
Right. Even though you don't like it. It's still like, well, I'm trying to make it work.
You get attracted sometimes, and that's the other thing. Sometimes you get attracted to the things that you know aren't good for you.
Yeah.
But you get attracted to it.
Yep, you're attracted.
That's some So needless to say, he talks to Jared, and Jared's kind of helping him through that.
Yeah, and he's like, Jared's like, look, bro, you got 3 weeks here. After the 3 weeks,
at least you ain't got 6 kids.
So at least you have the 3 weeks to make a definite decision.
Yes.
That you're not going to walk out with this person. And they're in a setting where it's going to be available, right? They typically have them talk to an expert about the relationship. So hopefully there's a discovery there, right? But again, we're not experts. I'm not a doctor. I don't get paid for that. But those are signs.
Outside looking in?
Yeah, but those are signs right there. And the same, and just to be fair, because I do try to be equal on here, she needs to get counseling too.
Oh, yeah.
Because whatever her past traumas is, where she feels like she has to be in control, that means that at some point in her life, she felt out of control. There's something that may have taken advantage of her or done something now that she feels like she needs to dominate for some reason. Yep. And so same thing with her. If she really wants to be in a relationship at this point in her life as well.
Well said. Look at you.
Look at me.
All right, so that's it.
Yes,
we covered all the secret kids.
Yeah.
We covered the controlling. I think that's pretty much it. That was really major from this one. We covered the butter versus oil gate. I think that's it.
Yeah, and everybody was just still shocked about Jared and Charlie's situation. Hoping like there's not any other secrets when we know there's a secret coming out about Kiki.
Kiki got a secret, which if I remember hearing from one of the previews, she's still in with her ex. I think that's
I saw that one time, so we'll see.
We'll see if that's the secret or there's more. And who else got secrets? And
then Clay got the secret. He needed to come on.
Yeah, and then because I wonder if him casting was like, all right, what's your secret?
Right. Like,
All right,
they
you
got
good for the
anything?
show.
Right.
You
Good for the show.
normal. Y'all just haven't met in 4 weeks, in 4 months.
We
We don't need y'all. We need secrets.
Well, they do. So you got to put like some normal. I don't want to say normal. You want someone that doesn't have a lot of high drama going on. So they do like, okay, let's say for instance, we don't know, but Jay and Cinco, they seem to be drama free. So you do need to put some drama free, and then you only need 2 couples with the drama to mix everything up. The kind of, because when you have too many people drama, that's going to turn into a brawl.
Okay.
So,
All right, so that's it for this one. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what we might have missed, and let us know if who you agree with as far as just what we've said. If there's anything we're in disagreement on, I think we're pretty much agreed so far.
yeah, so far, I mean, guess what? These are people's real lives. They're going through real things.
Yes.
So
with 6 kids. All right, that's it for this one. We'll see y'all next time. Have a great one. Be blessed.
Bye.
Peace.